Hey guys, yeah, it's me again. Same kit, same shit. Coming in with another review. This is a review of another knife. It, I believe, is called the Gerber Ultimate. It is. If any of you have seen Bear Grylls, he did a knife with Gerber many years ago. And it is the same model, or similar model, should I say, to that. If any of you know of the Gerber strong arm as well, this knife is similar. It's just a slightly different style. So without further ado, we will look into the Gerber Ultimate, I believe it's called. So first, we're going to just look at the sheath. The sheath itself is amazing. There's nylon sheath here. You've got a sideways mounting option, so Ranger carry or Scout carry. You also have your regular mounting option, as one does. It comes with a whistle. I have just tucked it in this bottom band because it dangles and gets in my way. It also has a built-in ferro rod. That's quite nice, but that's because the knife itself has a dedicated striking area, and on the back of this like hard plastic sheet, it has a diamond sharpening stone, and that obviously, look, it all just fits back together with Velcro. And then we move on to the actual blade itself. Although this knife is good for retention because it has the plastic retention bit here for the actual sheath, and we also have a Velcro strap to secure the handle to it if that is what you wish. So, moving on to the actual blade itself, I have added a length of paracord to the lanyard hole as a lanyard, obviously. Like with most of my knives, they all have some length, even if it is a small length. You have a hammerhead end. I'm assuming this could be used for hitting pegs or things like that. I haven't actually used this hammerhead other than hitting that itself, to use this as a wedge whilst splitting wood. It is full tang. The tang is punched into this shape under here, but is then surrounded in this rubberized stuff, much like a Mora knife is. So the tang goes almost completely across this line here to this pommel. I'm unsure if this pommel is fixed to the tang or a part of the tang, but that is that. Obviously, it has a rubberized grip like most knives do for bushcraft and things. This one is catered more towards survival, because it has these two holes drilled in here, so that what you would do is you would split so far down on a thick log to create a spear, and you would seat that in that split and then feed cord through these and around all the way down the handle length to secure it in place like this, and then you'd have a spear tip for spearfishing or hunting if that is what you needed in that situation. As I said, there is this edge here that's dedicated, as you can see by the little flame symbol there, for the ferro rod it comes with as a striking surface. It is a slight drop point with a false edge, and as you can see, it's a decently long regular edge here, and then we have our serrations as well for cord and things that may not be easier to cut with this other edge. So that is why it's more dedicated towards a survival thing. Obviously this would be way better for cutting cord than my Mora knife, but that's because my Mora knife doesn't have the serrated edge, because serrations do cut cord faster. That being said, my knives still cut well. I have batoned with this. I have put this through a lot of abuse. I have chopped. I have actually chopped with this through a branch about this. I have, I've feather sticked. I've removed twigs and things and bark. That being said, this needed a little bit more love and care than the Mora knife has needed. But that's not a problem. I just had to sharpen the edge up a little bit, and then it was good as new. It did not take me long. This is an amazing knife. It has its ups and downs, just like every knife. You know, edge retention is not as good as other knives, but it is just as good as most knives. It's great for bushcraft, great for survival. It's a good all-rounder camp style knife, you know. It's got some heavy weight to it. It's strong, and it's just a decent little knife to use for bushcraft if you're willing to spend a little bit extra money. But yeah, no, it's one I've had for a very long time, and I've used and abused for over the years, but never did a review until now. Yeah, so amazing knife, user friendly. It's great. So thank you for watching this video. Remember, if you can't survive, learn.